Okay, that should be stream up, and people should be able to hear me.
Hello, hello, hello.
Cool. So, the stream is up. I know the audio test is a little annoying at the beginning. It is kind of what I'm doing right now, just to make sure everything's working. But I'm playing Factorio again. And it's not full screen. That's annoying. I would like that taskbar to go away, please. There we go. Cool. So, today we're going to work on the next type of research and getting some other things that are important to get quickly, like, automated into. So, it's basically just going to be going through the next parts of the game. Just kind of, like, how the game works is pretty cut and dry. It's do this to go to here, do this to go to here, do this to go to here, and that's fine. I mean, it's not like the most exciting game appeal, but I'm kind of just gonna stand around for like 5 minutes to get like my bearings, and just kind of have the resources just collecting in the background. So that's kind of fun. So we'll be going on YouTube again, just because I think multi-platform is the way to go, at least for right now. Let's do that one. So we're just gonna go and do the next little bits. So this is up and this is up. So this should be collecting, so hopefully I don't have to make these ever again. Or these. Please transfer to my inventory. I've been having a little bit of trouble with my shift key lately. I'm not 100% sure what's going on, but I'm sure it'll just work itself out eventually. Anything nearby I have to worry about? Not really, but I'll have to worry about this one. And it looks like this one, that one, and that one will probably become the next problems. So it's still a little ways off, but it's always nice to have in like the back of your mind so you never forget and just kind of get punished for it. Next thing's up. Gates are important, although I won't use them for a while. The like walls and turrets don't really matter for like the first, I don't know, fourth of the game. There's just not enough bad guys nearby. But it is time to start getting like more advanced stuff kind of set up. So we will probably want automation for these two things. And then when we get this, we'll want automation for those three things. But they're rather expensive, so it's not super high on my to-do list, and this doesn't come in for a little bit. And then eventually we'll probably want to get like a little bit of production for electric mining drills and then the assembly machine, just because we use a lot of them. So maybe we'll just do the assembly machine and that right now, because they'll just kind of shoot off this way. And then for most of these, they kind of need like the tier underneath them to jump to the next level. So it'll be important to grab like a couple of these. This is kind of what this part is for it to come and do like a little underground passage this way to kind of make like an expansion for the future things that come from these, like the blue faster version of those, which I won't use a lot of for most of the game just because they draw like a ton more power. Because if we look, it's like 184 of these have like 410 power draw, and like 6 of these are like 35. So unless it's like really important that you get things out fast, it's just not super worth it. And then I'm pretty much always gonna have the mining drills in the background, so I always have to have power for those. And sometimes if it's like really far away, like say instead of being like right there, this was like all the way out here, you may have like your own little power grid for it. It's just whatever's more convenient than dragging like a million power cables all the way across the world. But I'm not sure. We should have the tech to do all this. And that. And then these will just go into boxes. And the only reason the boxes aren't like super convenient because I still have to run over here and grab them. But eventually the boxes will get replaced with like other boxes that are connected to like robot hubs, and those robot hubs, if you like, you can put in requests for the things to come to you, which is kind of neat. So instead of like having to run every time I run out of belts to here and grab like 3 stacks of them to just make sure I'm full up, there'll be like a little thing in between these that'll be like request things, and then robots will bring me the tubs, which is really convenient. So I can start working on these. I don't really need them yet. These are useful, but I can kind of craft most of them by hand right now, just because I'm not going for like the lazy achievement, which is basically like you have a very, very limited amount of things you can craft in your inventory. It's basically like the very basic setup of the game, kinda. Thanks for joining. It's good to see you in chat. I don't know how my voice is like coming through because no one's ever watched before. So like I can do my own audio test and I'm like, I think that sounds fine, but who knows? I will probably set up these 2 things because it's the only thing to do right now, and then after this I set up military tech because that is what comes next. Sweet, thanks. I'm glad it sounds good. I kind of like hastily set up my mic the other day because it was in storage and I haven't got all the tweaks out, but it's alright. It's set up. I think it's like maybe a little too loud because my thing keeps giving me like a little flashing light and it's like, be quieter. But I'm gonna start. I want to grab stuff off of this production line to bring down here. Because this is gonna need iron gear, and then this is gonna need iron, and this is gonna need the gear. There is like a really stupid looking setup where, since I have this split where it's like half gear, half iron, I use like 3 splitters, and it just kind of like separates the two lines really shittily. It's kind of easier to just like pull from here, but I do need gears for part of it, so I will probably just do the thing that looks ridiculous. Alright, cool. At least I don't sound like crazy loud, even on a small volume. The iron production isn't great because, like, as you can see, this one's has like a lot less of the actual iron ore, so it's kind of going slower than it should. But because of how close these two things have to be, it's hard to get it set up properly. Because I do not use enough of the copper yet, although that switches super soon. But every time I've played, iron's the thing I run out of the most. I think that's just how the game's set up. You find a little more of it out in the world. And I don't know. I think they kind of put like an unequal amount of like favoritude to it. But it happens. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just a little annoying sometimes when all you see is copper and you need like a little more iron. Whatever. They clearly did it for a reason, so I don't have a ton to complain about. I do need more though. And because that line is not getting saturated properly, it's slowing me down quite a bit. Because like this one's max saturation and this one still has gaps in between like every single one. Here. No, that's too close. We could do like here to here maybe. And it's really only a problem because like all of my iron I have set up, so it comes from this side and then trickles in to right here, so it kind of joins up really awkward. So I have to kind of split this into like, joins the main one, comes through, and then also has a throughput into both sides, so it never clogs. So now this will be maxed and that'll be maxed, which is more along the line of where I want it, because then this will get a lot more throughput, and then everything else will build faster. So now I'm just gonna use a bunch of these and basically just go to town and just set up the fancier conveyor belts and fancier inserters. So those will be built. I probably won't use them for a while. I'll just kind of let it like build up because it draws too much power, and that the power is like the big thing that causes pollution, that and refineries. So you got to kind of be careful with what you use and how fast you expand, because if I like tripled this, I'd get like a ton more copper, but then my red would be touching everything and I wouldn't have nearly enough like defensive tech to like protect the base. A good way to explain this game is like 2D Minecraft, except like the goal basically is you research all this stuff, and then eventually you get to Rocket, which is like way down here, and you kind of take off from the planet. But like you start with just like a pickaxe and nothing else, and then you build your first like miner, which is kind of this, and then your first one of these, And then from that, you like start digging iron. You put it in here with coal, and then it becomes your first like little iron sheet. And then you kind of snowball it until you have the power, and then that power feeds the electric drills, and then those electric drills make it so everything goes faster. So then you can have these big long conveyor belts, and it looks ridiculous. I really like this game. It's super fun. I've played it for years and loved it. I've played from like one of the first alphas to like 1.0, which released like 4 or 5 months ago. And it's gone through a lot of changes, and where it's ended up is really, really awesome. And they still put a ton of work into it. I don't have a lot of problems with the game. I think for streaming, sometimes it does get a little dark, because on my end it looks fine, but if I like check out the stream, I'm like, I can barely see that. And it could honestly just be my computer being like, focus on the game. We're gonna make your other screen darker so you can't look at it all the time, but who knows. So we'll kind of just put lights everywhere, and then they made them smart enough so that they're not just super bright during the day. They kind of just turn on at night when they're needed. It's not unwatchable, but it's still like a little annoying, because it's like I can see fine, but if I look over at the screen, I'm like, that's a little darker than I want it to be. Which is fine. I mean, I have one person watching, and if you think it's watchable, I can't complain. Let's set up for these. This never gets an upgrade. Nothing else gets built off like the long arm. It's what it is. There's no like faster version, because you never really need a faster version, which is not surprising. Honestly, that it's every time I play games, that's how long I have to play them. And then that'll just do that. I don't need that many of them, so I'll limit the chest to like 4 stacks maybe, and they'll build up. I'll eventually kind of switch it with the robot chest. There is combat on like the map. There's these little like red things. They're not in like my vision right now, so I can't show it to you, but they're like kind of like alien bugs. And if my like this red stuff is like the pollution my base creates, so if like the red stuff's touching the bugs, they get irritated, and then they'll come from their bases and like attack mine. So it has like almost RTS, because I can build like turrets and whatnot, but I can also just go fight them myself because I'm still like my own character in the game. But it's not like a super focus. There are modes where it makes it pretty hard. Like I do it so like I do it on like the rail world setting, which is like things are kind of farther away, so you have to build trains, and like the enemy doesn't expand. But like the original game, you kind of just have to build up like as fast as you can and then put walls everywhere, because instead of just staying like this, they'll just build bases all around you, which is annoying. It is on Steam. When I picked it up, it was like $20. I think it might be like 30 now, maybe. I know it goes on sale all the time, just because it's a little old, but I always nominate it for like the Labor of Love award every year, just because the developers have been working on it for like 6 years. I think they did a really good job. It's super fun to me. We're gonna set these up kind of dumb just because I don't really... The production on these don't have to be huge. They just kind of have to like suffice, basically. We'll do outputs there. This doesn't look great, but it is like a lot more efficient because like each one of these holds like on each side 3 things, but underground each one of them holds like 9 for whatever reason. So like this whole thing, each one of the like arrow tiles adds up, so it like kind of loads it a lot better for when I put stuff in, which is like just a little thing, but it kind of adds up to like the amount of time it will take. And it doesn't matter a ton right now, like most things, but eventually it's like I need 700,000 conveyor belts. So every single second counts, I guess. It is a lot of fun. I played it for a long time, and it's good. It's all I can say is it's good. It's gonna touch that pretty soon, so I'll have to kind of build like a turret like here and here, and that should take care of what that little base sends at me. I hate to do this because my line needs iron, but thank you. Maybe we should just add a couple more like miners to this. How many are you going to produce? 600? That's fine. This fault line is still a pain, and this line is a mess because the backup of copper, which is annoying. So it's really hard to sort through these stupid minerals fast enough. And it's causing not enough iron to get through. And it's not like I count on it for iron, but it would be nice if it could throughput just a little bit. So I'm gonna eat up all of this so it's less backed up on copper. And hopefully that helps in the future. These are like the basic gun turrets. I'm not a big fan of them because they take the same ammo I use, and it's not like expensive, but it's annoying to always have to double check them. It is nice, though, that I can see, like, their exact range on the radar. I should just go kill those things. They're small enough that it shouldn't be super hard at the stage that I'm at. It's just a little annoying. I am stuck. Where am I? There I am. Get out of my way. The combat's pretty easy right now because there's only the small biters, but as the game progresses, it kind of scales to your level almost, because like the more you kill them, the more they progress. The more pollution you're outputting, the more they progress. It's a neat system to do it by, honestly. It makes it so like the difficulty's never overwhelming, because you should be like right along scale with the enemy, but it does keep it so like oops, I did not get to give you ammo fast enough. Here. So like, because they're the gun turrets, this kind of looks dumb because I have to like manually put ammo in them every like 20 feet. But like later, this is basically the entire game is just taking laser turrets. And do you not attack base structures anymore? That's stupid. You basically just like walk your way across the map with laser turrets. I ran out of ammo. That's not good. I should run away. Give me your ammo. We're leaving. I'm gonna kill that first. Goodbye. Don't follow me. No. Stop. That's the combat. It's not like the most exciting thing right now because I'm like, I don't know, 2 hours into the game and I'm playing pretty slow. But it does get hard eventually. Those are like the extremely basic enemies. They get like triple that size. So just ran out of ammo, unfortunately. I will probably have to run just like change the pathing of this and split this so it also goes this way, because I'm running out of iron too fast. Because I don't, yeah, it's not even going past this, so my green science is kind of stunted because this is taking a lot of it. It's taking most of the iron plates, and then it gets past this, goes to only producing one of them, and then about half of those are going to go into the chest, so it's not making nearly enough. Cool, that's full though, which is nice. And then these are more expensive, but once they fill up, it will kind of greatly reduce the price for everything. Just don't have enough iron. So give me all of it. Give me more. Ow, bud. Stop shaking your head under the table. I use OBS. It's free, and I think it works pretty well. I'm still like learning how to use it, but I think everything picks up pretty clear. I don't have it like perfectly set, but like it picks up the game and it picks up my audio through my mic. So it's everything I need for the moment. So what I'm gonna do next to get like more iron is build up here, because it's a lot. Just more stuff. Is there a difference between just like regular OBS and Streamlabs OBS? Or is that just the same thing and I'm dumb? I downloaded OBS like 5 or 6 years ago, and it keeps telling me to update to a different version of it, but they still also make updates to this one, and I really can't tell if it's like a different thing. I honestly just like OBS because it functions and it's free, which is everything I need in my streaming service. Gotcha. Cool. I don't know. I assume they're just the same thing, but under a different name then. Cool. And now I need to drag you all the way back home. And hopefully there's not too many trees in the way, because otherwise I have to cut them down. And I can't see. Oops. A little too excited there. And this way. And down again. And that way. That way. I think I want to change this to go like there, so it's more out of the way. And then set up more of these right there. Diagonal conveyor update. I don't know. I feel like that would look really stupid. Because, like, everything's, like, really modular in this game. So I feel like if it went, like, diagonal, it would just kind of, like, look like it's super duper skinny and ridiculous. It would be kind of nice to, like, save space, though. I want some of you to come this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it would be, like, convenient, but, like, also, when you get to, like, the late stages of the game, it's, like, have the extra, like, time, because I have to wait for a million things to be produced. So it would be nice to just make it look nice. Oh, you're not connected anymore. There we go. There, and then you, and then you, and then you, down, opposite, there, 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 perfect. Cool. Hot. I'm a little shaky on the mouse today. Good lord. And there. Cool. And then since I already have like the splitter set up here, because I wanted half of it going to steel production anyways, this will kind of just straight sort into this and mesh properly, which is super nice. I know you're all very angry because you don't have what you want. It's fine. I'll have it in a second. Doop. And then one. And more iron production. That should speed things up a little bit. And then I just need to make sure that this line remains saturated with this up and running, and this remains saturated, and so does this one. This one I know well, but the big problem now looks like it's gonna be coal, which is a bummer, which means I need more coal mining, which is easy because I barely tap that resource at all. I just need more of these, of which I have none of the resources because I didn't have any iron. Look at that. That's so much more pretty. I'm gonna take all of that. 15 sounds fine. Oh, late game you can make it look like so nice, but like in the early game it's like setting everything up and you have like just enough downtime where you can make it look not terrible, but the mid game is like constant pollution battle, having to have like things way super out that are constantly getting attacked, so everything just looks like awful conveyor belt spaghetti, and then you get to the late game when the bugs aren't as big of a problem, and you can go back to like, all right, I'm gonna breathe and take 5 minutes and make these look super pretty. I don't need either of those there anymore. Oops, one too early. And doop. And then power. Sweet. So that should be just enough. 99% positive doesn't surprise me at all, but it is $30. If you buy it, I'd like 100% wait until it's on sale. I think it is like one of the games that is worth getting, because you can play like, it runs really smooth on like any computer because it kind of looks like potato graphics, but also you can play it with like 100 friends without dropping frames, which is super nice. The server limit is like huge. I want to take this out because now it is only going to that one side, which is not what I want. Okay, you're empty, which means there's just no reason for that. You are also empty, also empty, also empty. I think I did answer you before I read chat. The only thing about multiplayer is like, if you're not paying attention, it literally moves at the speed of light. 'Cause like, single player usually is like just enough where if I'm not paying very good attention, I can like catch up really fast. But like in all the multiplayer games I've played, it's like, I'm gonna go make myself a coffee, and then all of a sudden, oops, I have a ground belt that doesn't have a partner. That is not good at all. That means somewhere something is definitely not getting what it needs. So that's a bummer. This odd number is gonna bother me forever until I find it, because it means I messed up somewhere, so it's just gonna haunt my dreams now. Okay. That's a disaster. Yeah, but I played with like 6 friends once, and I was the only person that like had played with like a lot of experience before. Everyone else had gone through like, I don't know, the tutorials and like half an hour of play. But like everyone was like taking one job, so it was like, oh, I'll set up the mining and smelting. And so it was like, oh, I'll set up the big like production stuff. Another guy was like, oh, I'm gonna do research. Oh, I'll go fight things. And like when one person is doing each thing, it just goes so fast. And you're like, hey, I just got this thing. Is this important? And it's like one of the first things you get, and then another person's like, oh, not really. Didn't I tell you I was building the spaceship? And you're like, oh, okay, cool. Didn't realize we'd gotten that far, but all right. So it's basically just like single player is like the perfect speed. Multiplayer is like if you're paying attention and like there's nothing that's gonna distract you, it'll be fine for the majority of the game. But otherwise it's kind of like definitely paced for one person. Okay, I definitely need this again. Because now everything's backing up. It might be easier to drag this down here. Those are starting to stack. That's building the stack back up. This one's just perpetually empty. It's awful. 2 people's usually manageable. Because, like, if you play with one person that knows what they're doing and one person that doesn't really, it's basically the same pace game, but you're, like, learning. So, like, one person's just gonna... The person that, like, knows more is basically, like, scaling everything up while he's, like, go make this thing, and they make like a little production of like what the next thing needs to be, and then you kind of just do that the entire game, and it works pretty well. It's not like overly crazy, but like I also joined a server with like 200 people in it, and it's the only time I've ever seen the game drop frames, and we got the game done in like 3.5 hours, which was just ludicrous. I was like, what do you need me to do? And they're like, collect wood for like 45 minutes and then just go shoot things, because that's what like 80% of the people need to do, is like you collect wood, that's all the wood you'll need the entire game, and then you just go out and attack the aliens, because that's all there is left to do. Well, everything else is saturated, so that I just can't do anything about this, which I guess is fine. And you're not connected to anything. There. You already ran out. Cool. Let's put you there. Okay. Well, sweet. So now we have enough iron production that it's getting all the way from here, all the way to the end of our production line. So everything's working now. Green science should be back up and running. It's not perfectly paced. Is this full? Yeah, cool. And then how far away are we on this? Pretty close. So then this will back up, and then that'll back up. Sweet! Rad. Oops. So what's next? We have that, we have this. I have both of those that I need. I have all of those. I guess I have to do military tech. Nothing super exciting. You know, that one takes like 1,000,000 resources. I need ammo, grenade. Oh, they switched it. It used to be ammo, grenade, turret, but now it is wall. Okay, and you require steel and those. Okay, cool. It's not terrible. And then grenade is just iron and coal. I need to get copper plates. And then wall is just stone brick. Okay. That's easy enough. Sweet. Also sweet. Tool belt finished. Inventory spots plus. What do I need next? All of these are important, but I don't really want one that's gonna like boost me to the next tech level until I have everything I need. So I guess I'll just do that. And then I need to eat you. I have room for those. Stop flashing. I know that you need more. You need power. Wow, that was awful. Let's bring it the other way, actually. Stupid trees. Get out of here. There. I guess I have to bring that up. Okay. I'm so like unused to actually having to like look at chat because no one ever watches. It's kind of cracking me up because I keep like looking over. It's something that I'm definitely gonna have to get used to, I guess, if I want to actually do this. Power. Ugh. You need these. Stone brick. Sweet. You can now make walls. I have two monitors, so like I'm always like looking at the game, and like every once in a while I'll just catch like the motion of chat moving. Ah, that is so much worse. I have the second monitor is like life-saving because I have like the game and everything up, and then on the other one I have like OBS and chat, and like I can also look at Twitch, so that's kind of fun. There. Those up there, but I would also want, I guess one of each chest is fine, just to like get them out of the way. Eventually these chests will all just go in boxes and take up space, like where is it? Here, the old junk box that I always have in the middle of the base. It's just like all the crap that becomes super outdated. Ah, yeah, that would be a problem. I don't know. It's just me in the house right now, so I'm the only one like using it. So it's like just enough for like clear stream quality. But once my girlfriend's back in town and also using the internet, I really don't know how well the stream will be going. I'm not producing enough electricity anymore. 1, 2, 3. Okay, and everything's stacked up except the one that I haven't been able to get to stack up. So that's fine. It's kind of what I expected. It's a little irritating that I can't get this to, but I usually just have one that doesn't work. Everything is slowing down though because I don't have like nearly enough electricity, which is a huge problem. You there, pipe there, and then boilers. And that will add, and then I need you. There. Did that add enough? No, not even close. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then one more pipe. I think the exact ratio of these is like 1 of these to 4 of these. Do you have like your computer in the same room as the bed? That's a little inconvenient to stream at night. There we go. Now we have enough. I will probably want to switch most of this with solar panels eventually, because they take up a bunch less pollution. All right, what have we got? You're gonna be a problem soon. Just that one's gonna be a problem soon, so I should put turrets at the bottom. Boop. And have half my ammo. Okay, I make walls. Now I need grenade and piercing round, which means I need to drag you all the way up and around. Okay. That's rough. I have like just enough wall in between the bedroom and the living room where I have the stream that I can stream whenever I want. But I also work super bad hours, so sometimes I'm home at like, I don't know, what's the earliest shift that gets off? Like 11 in the morning, or I'm off at like 9 at night. So most of like the great hours for streaming are taken up by work that I have to do to pay the bills. And then I will need to pull some of that up here.
add up. Go. And that should go on one side, and steel should go on the other side. Cool. Because that needs that just needs iron plates, which I should pull off from here. Yeah, 1 to 12 is not a good time for it. Rip the dream. Go down this way a little. There. Cool. Okay. Actually, back up a bit, because I don't think that requires, yeah. So I want you there. This will just go around it. Because, like, most of the hours I would stream, I'm pretty sure are not, like, peak times for, like, anywhere across the entirety of the world. Which is just a little bit annoying. And then, how much do I have in here? I'll take, like, 200 for my inventory, but then I need to stop stockpiling, because I need to use you now. If you stream, I'll watch. Or, like, if I'm at work, I'll have the computer on, so I'll try and host you. I'm pretty certain you won't get any, like, views from me hosting you, but it doesn't hurt. Have walls up, so this needs to make you, and I need to do, we'll just do one for right now. Because I did not give myself enough space, but that's fine. You go into a chest. Go. And then I also needed grenades, which is 10 coal and 5 iron plates. That shouldn't be super hard to do, but I might put it on this side. I'll be one more view count, right? I assume I count as a view if I'm hosting you, although I don't know. You make grenades. Sweet. And then I need stuff pulling out of here. And then pulling out of here. Will get put on conveyor belts like so. Each of you take up half. this way. Then up here. And get grenades up there. And you will pop out right there because it's already in power, which makes it a little more convenient. We'll put you back. And I will attempt to never use that ammo again, just because it's strictly worse. Let's just get more damage right now. Okay. Let's do 2 of these. That's 1 too close. Let's do 2 of these. From the proper distance away. And then these will be making that. And that. And these are backwards. That makes that super hard for it to grab what it needs. And then these get sent over here to the science production. I'm just gonna assume that puts that in there. Cool. So now these will grab the gray ones and throw them in there. Cool. I think that's where that one's supposed to go for it to be like proper niceness level. Cut that off there. Sweet. So it's military science setup. Awesome. Now, is there any issues anywhere? You will be, but you're itty bitty. So I'm gonna choose not to worry about you yet. But I do want one of these up in the far mining station to expand my map. Because it looks like they're starting to max out on how far the ones I have in the main base can see. So I will put this up here for more vision, and then a gun to make sure that we don't lose it. And it's nice to have this uranium super close to the base, because it's really annoying to transport and kind of important in the late game for power, but not yet, because I can't extract it till I have oil, and the nearest oil is there and way over there. There's also fish, but like I spent several hours trying to figure out what to do with them, and as far as I can tell, the answer is nothing. I know like it's an item from like playing around in like basically creative mode. I know there's like an item that is fish, but I have no idea how to get it. Let's throw Oop. Rock. 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 Chillin'. Make those. Cool. I think that's like all of my basic build items set up. Oops, wrong button. Because I have those set up, those set up. I should probably get this set up eventually, but I don't think it's important yet. That's a little too expensive to set up right now. I have all the sciences. I have ammo, which should back up pretty fast. Yeah, because the boil down point's gonna be grenades. Why can't you pick up... Oh, because you're mad because I put in a bunch of coal. Cool. Cool. What time is it? Oh look, even gray science is backing up just a little bit, which is nice. It's out. The annoying part is like, eventually these run out of like resources underneath it, but if they're just sitting there, they still pull like a small amount of electricity. Go there. And hi, Rabbit. Did you come out? Nope. Okay. And then let's just put one of these facing that way. I need something to eat up more of my copper. I'm not sure what that will be right now, actually. Sweet. Ton of these. A bunch of those. Rad. Those are important. Anything else I need to get set up? I guess I can do this. It doesn't really help me a ton right now. I just need to expand this like that. Although, I don't know if I can build those from this one. Oh, I can. Never mind. I need that. And those. And I need these. And then from those, I put them in a chest. A small chest. Power. And then that. Boom. I just don't need filter inserters right now, but I have nothing better to do, so I can set them up. I need those, and you. And output. That looks awful. I hate that. That's slightly better. And then you need a small chest, but I only need like that many. I want a bunch of you though. I guess I don't really need that many of you yet, at least. Cool, that one's full. Saturated line. Sweet. Super sweet. Look at that. All nice Oh, look at these beautiful lines, full of color and fullness. That's what I like to see. Wow, okay. It's a bunch of those stored up, which is nice. Maybe everything will just fill up, and then this one will fill up, and then stay caught up forever. I can dream. I can certainly dream. Boop, boop. Is there space up there? Yeah. So let's do one going that way. And one going that way. Oop. Oh, whoops. You're not super important. Just go into there. Next one. Landfill. These are super important. Yeah, let's do that real fast. And then we'll do stuff important for teching up next. Oh, you're filling up on stones so fast. Doop. Yeah. And then walls. Those will fill up pretty fast. Sweet. I don't need those right now. They just take up inventory space, and that's not super helpful if I don't need it. Still mining plenty of coal, but it's better to be way ahead on coal than ever get behind. This is the second year behind. It's just a disaster. I'm going to touch you soon, and that's not going to be fun. Next coal is that one with a ton. Jeez. But it's surrounded by desert, which means basically you want like this kind of green fuzzy stuff because it's trees, so it's like forest, and the like trees and green environment like absorb pollution better than any other one, and then water absorbs it all right because they kind of base it off the idea of like phytoplankton absorbing carbon monoxide, maybe monoxide or dioxide. I'm not sure if it's that important. It's a video game and it's just a guess. But like that's kind of what they base it on, is like the phytoplankton taking some, so the ocean does some, the forest does some, the green environments do some, but the desert's just crap, and it just like goes all around it. So it might just be better to take this farther one that even has less things and won't get used faster, but it'll produce less like pollution that spreads a lot less far, so it makes it so the aliens won't come after me as hard, which is super important most of the game, and then the aliens kind of drop off super hard while in the end of the game, because you just get like really good stuff. But this one will do landfill, which is the thing I just researched. It's super important to the next part of the game. You don't take oil, but you are what leads to oil. You have important things down that tech tree. What? Oh, that's for spaceships, right? But that costs blue now? Gross. Okay. It's a lot more work then to get that. This is useless. I'll never use this. It's basically just like coding in this game. It's super hard, and like if you know how to do it, power to you. But it's beyond me unless I like sit down and really figure it out. I'm making these. I have the steel and the stone. Yeah. That means I don't need this production anymore. Which is kind of a waste. I forgot how soon you get those. And that's backwards. This is gonna go so slow. Use one of those. Cool. This basically is like its own little like dirt block. So you put those on water to make like bridges and stuff. So like if I collect this resource, instead of like having to take it through all of that, I'd make like a little land bridge. Take it like just straight down. Or because the cliffs are there, I'd probably come like over here and make like an L. Because it might be a little easier. That's annoying though. I totally forgot that I could get those so fast for the upgrade. That's so much more than the amount of iron I have over here. So that'll last a pretty good while. What if instead of like that, I just do that? Does that make that spread a little better? Maybe. I think that gets like a little farther. Here, have 7 so you stop taking for a second. Yeah, look, it almost gets to the bottom one now. That's kind of fun. Someday. The problem is I pulled this entire thing off of this line. I could probably actually make this a lot smoother if I pulled from up here instead. Let's see if that worked how I wanted it to. Yeah, look, now the bottom one's getting it. Sweet, that's gonna stack then. That's awesome. Now I don't have to be annoyed by that anymore. Oh, look, these are working, because both of these are being used by things. Cool. That means that'll get used. What is your problem? Oh no. Oh no. Don't do that. Shoot. Stop. How do I fix this? Break that. No, don't. I don't want all coal either. Shoot. Go up one. Why did I have that problem right now and not before? Okay. I shouldn't have that problem again, hopefully. Oh, it's because everything was coming from one side, and then I added these things, and they're coming from the other side. That makes sense. It was mostly because I was just dumb then. Engine's fine. That will get me like the first like speed, quote unquote speed. I guess people can't see me if I quotation mark my fingers over a non-webcam stream. I totally lost my like thought process there for a second. I never set you to that. That's fine. Anything else I need to build right now? No. Those. I need those. So I need, where's my steel? Steel's over here. Steel looks stupid because I don't have it separated out properly. Okay, I need to switch a bunch of those to blue. How's my power though? Power's fine. I can do that. Gimme. Blue, 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 blue. And those should be fine. Right. Those are just gonna build up there because nothing uses them. That's a bummer. A little annoying, but there's literally nothing I can do about that without changing this entire setup. Let's split you properly so you go to both sides. Cool. Wow, some of these are stacked up. Jeez. Cool, that looks nice now. Then if I want to make those, I should probably bring the stone brick to the steel. So it would be a little easier. Okay, there. And split. Not that many splits. Bunny, are you okay? That sounded like it hurt. Stop chewing the carpet, dude. Okay. Engines are up. I should put these down in the base because it makes you move faster, but it also makes your pollution like skyrocket because there's no longer a green floor. So there's nothing to like absorb it underneath you. And we're gonna bring you just all the way down. Oops. And then what am I making with these? New furnaces. I don't need 2 of these. That's way overkill. Give me a box. Put down the box. Give me power. The next furnace. Well, it's not a dog, it's a rabbit. He's stupid. I also have a dog. I have both of them. They're both potty trained and they're both super dumb, but I love them. The rabbit just kind of hides under the couch because the dog absolutely adores her. So he'll like chase the rabbit around the house because his favorite thing is snuggles, so he wants to curl up with the rabbit and snuggle together. But the rabbit hasn't been around the dog long enough to be like, this isn't a scary predator. So every once in a while, we'll just hear the dog like trudging through the house and the rabbit just sprinting away. It's like, ah, bad guy. It's cute though. And then I don't need these yet. No animals. I mean, I understand they're super expensive, but I absolutely adore animals. That's not gonna work how I want it to. Wow, you made this quite compact, didn't I? Stop putting those in the hotbar. Let's just delete this top one and pretend it never happened. There. 1, 1, 2. Nope, nope. 1. 1, 1. 1, 2, 1. I usually like the soundtrack in this game. I really like this song in particular. It's not like super intense, it's pretty chill, but like every once in a while, for whatever reason, they have this one song in this game that makes it sound like it's like a horror thriller game, and like it's super chill of a game. So every time it comes on, I'm like, am I about to get attacked by something? Am I gonna die? But that's just the soundtrack. And it's super annoying. I really don't know who like decided on that song, but it changes the vibe of like the entire game. Because right now it's like, ooh, fun. Not great with instruments, but like maybe trumpet music. But in like, I don't know, if I play for like another half an hour, it'll be like spooky horror movie noise every 45 seconds because your really chill bass is going awesome and I want to give you a heart attack. Oh, you need something to grab from, don't you? It's not helpful if you just exist. Oh, robots. Combat robots. Those aren't what I want. I can do concrete. It's important later. But I kind of just still need to amp up production before I get super far into any more tech trees. We're still making more. They're just consuming my electricity, which is super rude. I'm gonna run out of copper super soon. Where is the next copper thing? There. And it's got a lot. And then right behind it is more. But there's at least one bad guy nest close enough to be a worry. Those are fine. I think I grabbed the last one that wasn't working over here. How's power? Power's fine. But like, I know I'm producing the like blue one of these, but like I only ever use yellow for most things. Cause look at like the power draw that these consume compared to these. There's 13 and it's 225 versus 315 of these are doing with only triple the power. It's such a bad conversion. But like every once in a while you just need something that goes that fast. And you're not producing fast enough anymore. Let's get 2 of those. And then 2 of these. And then boop, boop. Because I just want you to go just a little faster. And there's plenty of green science. I guess I can also just get more red science. I don't need all of it to be the fancy bigger one, but I do just need more in general. Oh no. Because I have it set up so the split is very specific. I have to put it on the other side because otherwise it would mess up my green science and then I'd just look dumb. That should up that a little. Everything still has red science, so it's not like a problem that there's only like a little bit at the end. As long as everything has it and is working, it's fine. Gray science is stacking up, which is super nice, but it's really not that much. That's not like nearly enough gray science for like even one research. You need so much, and all I have is this itty bitty production, which is fine. I won't need more until 4 or 5 hours more into this game probably. But other than that, I think for tonight, I am probably done. So this has been super fun. It was nice to have a real viewer to like talk to. That was kind of awesome. So thanks for joining me, and I'm just gonna go to bed now and then wake up and work tomorrow. So thanks for joining the stream. Bye.